It began on an ordinary winter evening when the wind pressed against the old house with a tired sigh. The man, Ethan Ward, had moved into the century-old place a few weeks earlier, attracted by its rustic charm. He never suspected the walls themselves held their breath, hiding something ancient and restless. Late at night, while the radiator clanked in protest, Ethan noticed a strange ripple on the wallpaper beside his bed. It wasn't peeling, just pulsing, like a faint heartbeat buried beneath the floral patterns. He leaned closer, the dim lamplight catching the shimmer of something metallic underneath. He ran his fingers over the spot. It was warm to the touch, inexplicably so for a drafty room in midwinter. Beneath the wallpaper, something hard and flat resisted him. He pressed harder, hearing a hollow thud echo like a secret knocking back. Curiosity became obsession. The next evening he brought a knife, slicing through the delicate paper carefully, each tear revealing aged paint and then, wood. A perfectly rectangular outline appeared, smooth yet splintered with time, carved into the very bones of the wall. At first he thought it must be an old repair, some bygone entrance sealed up for good reason. But then, under the dim golden light, he saw a metal knob, thick with dust yet glinting faintly as if remembering the touch of countless hands long gone. Ethan stepped back to distance himself, but something about the door seemed to draw the room inward. The hum of the refrigerator in the kitchen faded. The house, for a heartbeat, stopped breathing. He tried to sleep that night, but the dream was relentless. The door appeared again, flickering in front of him, swinging open to a void filled with whispers in reverse, his own voice among them. He woke up gasping, drenched in sweat, convinced the door had moved slightly in his waking world. The next morning, the wallpaper curls he'd left on the floor were gone. Not fallen aside or blown away by air, completely vanished. The pattern on the wall no longer matched. The floral swirls now tilted downward like something watching him. He pressed record on his phone, speaking softly to the camera, documenting every strange occurrence. In playback, the footage showed a faint shadow forming at the edge of the door, shifting shape as though breathing through the wall. His own voice trembled as he whispered timestamps. Determined, Ethan pulled a flashlight from his toolbox. The beam flickered nervously as he turned the knob. To his shock, it turned smoothly, clicking faintly like unlocking a memory sealed away too long. The door opened only a few inches before stopping dead. Behind it, nothing but pitch black. The air rolling out felt damp, old, almost alive. From within, he thought he heard dripping water and, faintly, the shiver of movement. He angled his flashlight inside. The walls were concrete, unpainted, stretching narrow and uninviting, sloping downward into shadow. He could smell earth, decay, and something metallic that bit like blood. Gathering courage, Ethan reached inside the gap. Immediately cold seeped into his arm like ice water passing through veins. He recoiled, only to find a faint residue on his skin, glittering under the lamplight, disappearing seconds later as if absorbed by his flesh. That night, the sounds began. Low murmurs crawling through the vents, distinct footsteps pacing behind the wall. He banged the plaster with his fist, shouting. Every noise from his side echoed back a heartbeat later, perfectly mirrored. Desperate for answers, he checked the house's blueprints. There was nothing, no reference to any hidden chamber or door. The wall was meant to be solid brick, no void, no secret architecture. But the opening was undeniably real. Ethan called a friend to come over, someone to witness it. When the friend arrived, the wallpaper was seamless once again, the door gone, the room immaculate. Even the pattern was smooth and cold, no tear, no sign of disturbance. Embarrassed yet shaken, he nodded as his friend left. Alone again, he turned to find the wallpaper slightly peeled in the corner, like a tongue teasing him, daring him back to curiosity. His breath caught, and he began peeling once more. This time, the door opened fully. The darkness inside now vast, inhaling the light and returning none. A sound emerged, a slow rustle, like someone standing just out of sight whispering his name through clenched teeth. He shined the flashlight down the passage, revealing the suggestion of stairs. They spiraled deep beneath the house, their surfaces slick with moisture and faint etchings resembling numbers that made no sense. Step by careful step he descended, each footfall echoing too long, as if the stairwell bent time itself. With every breath he took, the air grew heavier, thicker with an ancient metallic taste, whispering memories not his own. At the base, he found a room half flooded. The water shimmered red even in white light, reflecting angles that twisted the reflection of his face. In that moment, it wasn't his own eyes staring back. He turned to escape, but behind him the stairs had vanished, replaced by another door. Smaller, framed by scratches, each marked deep and deliberate like someone, or something, wrote their way to freedom. Heart racing, Ethan opened it, stepping into an identical copy of his own bedroom. Everything matched perfectly, except the wallpaper pattern, which now pulsed faintly as if remembering his intrusion. His phone buzzed, an incoming call from himself. He froze, watching the screen as his own recorded voice echoed faintly through the walls. The message whispered, "Don't open the door again." Panicking, he threw the phone across the room. It shattered, but the sound continued from the fragments, overlapping whispers counting backward from 10. The wallpaper rippled with each number. As the final number faded, Ethan felt the floor shift. Gravity twisted, the ceiling melted into the floor, and the door appeared where the window once was. The air bent, forming a dull hum that pressed against his eardrums. He stumbled toward the only remaining light source, a crack between the door and its frame. Peering through, he saw an eye looking back at him. It blinked once, slow and deliberate, before the crack sealed shut. Every trace of the door vanished before dawn. The walls smooth, cold, perfectly patterned. Only his video remained, yet when reviewed, it showed him never moving, only standing motionless before the wall, for hours. Friends found Ethan's camera weeks later, placed neatly on his nightstand. They played the footage, watching the silent figure on screen fade in and out like corrupted data. At the final frame, the wallpaper rippled once in real time. Authorities sealed off the property within days. Contractors tearing down the interior reported hearing tapping from inside the walls, rhythmic and slow, matching the cadence of a heartbeat. When investigators drilled into the area, the cavity behind the plaster measured impossibly deep, far beyond the foundation line. Instruments failed, depth unfathomable, as if the house's geometry disobeyed measurement itself. Neighbors swear that on certain nights, flickering light leaks through the cracks of that sealed wall. A shadow pacing steadily, waiting, sometimes pausing right where the hidden door once stood. Urban explorers tried entering the sealed home years later. The footage streamed briefly before cutting to static, though one frame remained, a hand pressing from beneath the wallpaper, reaching outward. Some believe Ethan was consumed by the house, others claim he crossed into a parallel structure beneath reality. Perhaps he became the reflection behind every wall, the echo behind every door unopened. And maybe, as you sit there watching, there's a soft ripple beneath your own wallpaper right now, waiting to twist open the fabric of your world. If you hear the faint tapping tonight, don't answer it.